Hello, and welcome to the 5-day boot camp where you are learning how to build systems that don't break. A 5-day consultant-led initiative on designing governed workflows, scalable infrastructure, and proof-based delivery systems. So today we're actually focusing on why goals fail and systems win. And today's overview is traditional goals often fail due to lack of accountability, unclear processes, and insufficient support systems. This day establishes the foundational distinctions between motivation-based approaches, which collapses under pressure, and system-based approaches, which sustains progress regardless of conditions. The core concept is motivation is unreliable, systems are structural. Motivation relies on external factors and personal feelings. It fluctuates based on mood, energy, and circumstances. When enthusiasm fades or challenges arise, motivation-dependent workflows collapse. Systems provide a structured framework that supports consistent progress. They focus on habits and processes rather than just outcomes. A system doesn't ask, do I feel like doing this? It asks, what does the process require next? Key insights. Sustainable achievements come from designing environments and processes that work despite fluctuating motivation levels. The key framework, motivation versus system. Aspect dependency. Motivation, external factors, personal feelings. Systems, structured frameworks, defined processes. The aspect durability, motivation, fleeting, collapses under pressure, systems sustains through challenges. Aspect focuses or focus, motivation, outcomes, and end results. Systems, habits, processes, and next steps. The aspect, failure mode, motivation, abandonment, when enthusiasm fades, system continues regardless of enthusiasm. The workflow breakdown pattern. Lack of accountability structures, unclear process sequences, insufficient support systems, and missing review checkpoints. In the real world, here are some real world applications. In consulting, SaaS operations and delivery, this distinction surfaces consistently. In consulting, proposals don't get sent because motivation was low versus having a personal or a proposal workflow that triggers regardless of mood. SaaS, customer success falls off when the team is busy versus having automated touch points that execute without manual initiatives. Operations, quality degrades during high pressure periods versus having checklists and gates that maintain standards independent of workflows. So in the practical exercise, what I would like for you to do is identify your workflow breakdowns. List 3 workflows in your current work that depend on motivation or initiatives rather than process. For each, identify the specific point where the workflow typically breaks down. Note what triggers a gate could replace the motivation dependency. Example, workflow, weekly client updates, breakdown points. I'll send it when I have time. Potential gate, calendar block plus template auto-populated from the project tracker. Reflection. Where in your work do you rely on feeling ready rather than process readiness? What would challenge or what would change if your most inconsistent workflow had zero motivation dependencies? Again, what would change if your most inconsistent workflow had zero motivation dependencies? So this indicates that you're complete with this lesson when you have identified at least 3 workflows that currently depend on motivation, documented their breakdown points, and drafted one structural replacement, trigger or gate, for the most critical one. And in this lesson, you can also save your notes and capture like some of your key takeaways, system rules, or actions, our action items from today's lesson. and you can save it. So this concludes day 1 of the 5-day boot camp, Build Systems That Don't Break, which is a 5-day consultant-led initiative on designing governed workflows, scalable infrastructures, and proof-based delivery systems. I'll see you in the next episode for day 2.